There is a lot to talk about in this episode because a lot happened yesterday. I've got you covered, folks, if you did. I hope you stay on top of things. Ripple defeats the SEC after 4 long years. I mean, 4 long years. This morning, Trump is set to make a significant announcement regarding cryptocurrencies. Interest rate hikes by the Fed are complete. Fears of a recession have diminished, and the cryptocurrency markets are about to explode. As if that weren't enough, XRP futures were introduced today. Hold on tight, for a historic shift is about to occur in the crypto business. Let's start by breaking everything down. Bitcoin is currently at $85,278 after rising 1.84% over the previous day. My forecast is 1,985, which is now up 0.17%. XRP held its ground, people, but guess what? At $2.48, we're still in the center of a range. Both stablecoins, USDT and USDC, have risen 6.75% in the past day as we can see them coming in at their dollar pegs. At the peak in 2020, the total market value of cryptocurrencies was $2.76 trillion. Our goal is an upward breakout. In the event that we do not receive confirmation that Bitcoin will surpass 95,000, we will prepare and brace ourselves. People, the sooner this happens, the sooner we can get the bull run going again. The value of a Bitcoin will range between $65,000 to $75,000. If you didn't buy some for yourself, the goods has been flying off the stores. My shirt, which represents the evolution of money, arrived yesterday. But it's light blue. The Fed has made the decision to stop raising interest rates. Do you know the grumpy bear, the grumpy old man next to you? To help them overcome their negative attitude, you could want to show them this. This is the Brad Gallinghouse 319 video. 2025 will always be recognized as a historic day because, as many of you are aware, the US SEC filed a lawsuit against Ripple just over 4 years ago. A Bitcoin that is about to melt in the face of the bull market is laden with likes and retweets to brighten someone's day. Now, will Ripple challenge the 125 as we proceed? Brad informed us that because the litigation is now in control, the only thing left to decide is whether Ripple wants to recoup the $125 million that are currently in escrow. Maybe we'll play a clip from the interview, but he stated that he did. I can't remember with whom he did it. Who is this with? I believe he did it. Here it is. I may finally declare that this case is over. As I sit here now and reflect on 4 years ago, it is clear to me that this case was doomed from the start in a number of ways. It was the crypto war's first serious setback. I honestly thought at the time that we would be demonstrated to be on the right side of history as well as the law. It is, in my opinion, a very alarming sign of Bitcoin innovation. Given that former SEC head Mary Jo White has openly declared that she would use this as a dead wrong, the U.S. government shouldn't be engaged in choosing winners in general. I think the judge is aware that there are broader implications and that this is not just about Ripple. The SEC's decision is wholly wrong. Ripple's journey as the first firm with the strength, resolve, and courage to oppose the agency's overreach comes to an end today. Today is the long-awaited victory and surrender of the SEC. The SEC head Gary Gensler targeted the entire industry using the same justifications against us. Their main objective was to scare and threaten the regulator who lost $15 billion from innocent XRPO holders in a situation that was not a victim of fraud. They weren't there to protect investors. The market manipulator was the SEC. Their objective was not to seek justice but to win a lawsuit at all costs. Playing arrest forces and star is not necessary. It's likely that everyone has heard this a lot, pitched themselves, and not believed it to be true. But then we get this. The ultra-wealthy bitfolks recently had 240 million Ethereum stolen. They're not sleeping on this. They're packing their bags. I have my sights set on these as I indicated. Eve was among those who said it was over. I'm going to buy it, which is why you keep thinking that. Waiting is all I'm doing. I'm waiting. Since I think it's the lowest rhetoric in a $1,500 position, I firmly feel that we will be able to get either of the $1,500 that I'll be buying. That's when the fight will start. You season cryptocurrencies because you want to talk about everything. The Bitcoin Tether, for instance, indicates that a relief rally for all coins is probably going to happen from this point on. If you follow up, you can see the RSI at the bottom. After that, let's see what the rest of the week has in store. Would you like to talk about how we can make everyone look forward to the entire season? It's simply BlackRock, an exchange-traded fund, ETF on Solana, XRP, or any other cryptocurrency that has the most bullish sentiment, will be released by BlackRock when they get engaged. This will be the perfect way to start the season. Listen carefully. From Ask by iShares, where you ask a question and we answer. Greetings. Hi, this is Ananeri, a product strategist at iShares, with today's question: what exactly are digital assets? A digital asset is anything that has monetary value in the digital world. Digital assets include things like data, intellectual property, and cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin that allow for extremely quick and cheap transactions anywhere in the world. Bitcoin is a new international money alternative and the largest cryptocurrency by market value. It uses cryptography, peer-to-peer networks, and a public record known as the blockchain to verify transactions and track ownership without the need of banks, governments, or other intermediaries. Ether is the coin used on the Ethereum blockchain. Ethereum is a technology framework that enables future decentralized applications, such as peer-to-peer banking networks. To put it briefly, digital assets are Ethereum's version of an open-source software shop that makes money. Go to iShares to learn more. Individuals, come down. This is a bull market. Can you see the direction this is going? BlackRock is now releasing cryptocurrency instructional materials. You know this is a big thing. Brad Gollinghouse, the author of Ripple v.SEC, said he believes that over 18 different ETFs based on XRP will formally begin trading in the second half of this year. Additionally, BlackRock is educating the public about cryptocurrency. We were bitten, but there was no food. We physically settled the first CFTC-regulated XRP future in the U.S. to have a real market impact. Are we paying attention, for instance, when everyone else is outside sleeping? It doesn't matter what happens to these markets in the next week, 2 weeks, or month. This year is crucial since it marks the beginning of these markets' institutional money, utility, and adoption. We accomplished our objectives with the conclusion of the Ripple v.SEC fight. There are no barriers for Ripple in the U.S. to begin revealing who they have been collaborating with, their NDAs, and who will use XRP. There aren't any more barriers to XRP anywhere in the globe. We have everything we need for this asset to succeed, so it's time to transmit it in its entirety. Using $2 a $5 XRP is unacceptable, people. We will witness a double-digit XRP in 2025.